Here's the truth nobody wants to admit. Most business owners are terrible at digital marketing. It's not because they're dumb, but because they treat it like voodoo magic. Post a selfie, burn some hashtags, and hope the algorithm gods bless you with the sale. Spoiler alert, that's not a strategy. That's a ritual. And rituals don't pay the bills. But today, we're going to fix that. This episode is Digital Marketing 101 for beginners, except not the boring kind where someone reads definitions like they're auditioning for an audiobook on Ambien. No, this is the version where you actually learn how to bring customers to the door without mortgaging your house to run a Super Bowl commercial. Here's my promise. By the end of this episode, you're going to know the exact roadmap every beginning business owner should follow to start making digital marketing work. Not in theory, not someday, but starting this week. You'll get the basics, the non-obvious tricks nobody tells you about, and the step-by-step game plan you can actually follow without feeling like you need a PhD in computer science. So if you've ever felt overwhelmed, confused, or downright lied to about digital marketing, stick with me. By the end, you'll not only understand it, you'll be able to use it, and you might even laugh along the way, which is good because marketing is stressful enough without looking like you're constipated every time you log into Facebook. Here's the first thing we need to clear up. Digital marketing is not rocket science. Nobody is strapping NASA engineers to their laptops to post Instagram reels. But for some reason, small business owners treat it like it's this elite club with secret handshakes. Let me be crystal clear. Digital marketing is just marketing, done digitally. That's right. That's it. Marketing is simply how you get people to know you exist, trust that you can solve their problem, and decide to give you money instead of Netflix or DoorDash. The only difference now is the playing field moved. Instead of park benches, radio spots, or those giant yellow books that grandma used to stand on, we have Google, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and email. Same game, different stadium, right? The beauty of digital marketing, though, is that it actually levels the playing field. Back in the day, only Coca-Cola and McDonald's could afford TV ads and billboards. Now the local bakery can run a TikTok that gets more views than Pepsi's $10 million campaign. And it costs them nothing but the price of flour and 30 seconds of their time. Here's another mindset shift. Stop thinking of marketing as some mystical art form. Marketing is about people. Digital just gives you better tools to reach those people. You don't need to know algorithms. You need to know humans. Why do they buy? Why do they click? Why do they care? The businesses that get this win, even with $0 budgets. Think about it like this. Marketing is like dating. Traditional marketing is walking into a bar, standing on the table and yelling, "I'm single, who wants in?" Digital marketing, though, is pulling out your phone, swiping through apps, and finding someone who already likes people with beards, owns a dog, and hates pineapple on pizza. Way more targeted, way less awkward. Here's the kicker. Digital marketing is measurable. Unlike a billboard where you hope someone driving by isn't too busy eating a burrito to notice it, digital gives you data. You know, if people clicked. You know if they opened your email. You know if they watched your video past the part where you made the weird joke. And this data lets you adjust, improve, and stop wasting money on stuff that doesn't work. So before we dive into specific tools, remember this. The businesses that win are not the ones who do everything, but the ones who do the right things. You don't need to be everywhere. You just need to be where your customers already are and show up like you actually know what you're doing. And in this episode, I'll show you exactly how to do that, starting with the first pillar and possibly the most important one that's free, easy, and criminally underused, your Google business profile. I did a whole episode on this, but we're still going to talk about it because it's pillar number one. It's the most important free tool in digital marketing that 90% of business owners either ignore, screw up, or don't even know exist. Your Google business profile. Here's the deal. If you don't have this set up, you basically don't exist online. Harsh? Sure, but it's true. If someone Googles your business and sees nothing, you're basically telling them, yeah, we're kind of a ghost. Good luck finding us. A Google business profile is like the world's most powerful business card, except people actually look at it. And unlike that stack of business cards sitting in your drawer, this one doesn't get lost in someone's laundry the second they leave a networking event. Think about your own habits. When was the last time you picked a restaurant without Googling it first? Never. You searched. You glanced at the photos. You read 2 reviews from Karen and some guy named Dave who thinks 1 star is appropriate because the bread was too bready. And then you decide, That's how customers are choosing you too. But here's where business owners blow it. They set it up once, put their hours in, maybe upload a blurry photo from 2016, and then walk away like they just built the Taj Mahal. Wrong. Google Business Profile is alive. You've got to feed it, add photos, and I mean real photos, not the ones where your thumb is covered half the lens. Post updates, respond to reviews, even the crazy ones, especially the crazy ones. Nothing says we care like politely responding to a one-star rant about how your parking lot has too many birds. And here's the fun fact that most people don't realize. Google rewards businesses that actually update their profile. If you keep feeding it fresh content, Google says, hey, this business is alive and well. Let's show them to more people. And boom, you're ranking higher without paying a dime. Another pro tip, turn your phone's location on when you take pictures of your store, your products, or even your staff pretending to like each other. Why? Because those geotagged photos are proof to Google that you really exist where you say you do. Google eats that up like free samples at Costco. Now, I'm just scratching the surface here. Now let's talk about the monster in the room, social media. For some business owners, social media feels like a second full-time job. For others, it's like a haunted house they avoid at all costs. Either way, here's the truth. Social media is not about going viral. It's about being visible. Most beginners think that social media marketing means posting a random flyer about your sale, slapping a logo on it, and waiting for the sales to roll in. That's not marketing. That's digital littering. Here's the mindset shift. People don't log on to Instagram or TikTok to see coupon codes. They log on to kill time, laugh, argue with strangers about pineapple on pizza, and maybe stumble into something useful. If your content doesn't fit one of those buckets, entertaining, engaging, or educating, you're basically background noise. And no, you don't need to be on every platform. You're not Coca-Cola. You don't need a Snapchat, Pinterest board, a LinkedIn empire, a TikTok dance routine. Pick one or two platforms where your customers actually are and go all in. If you're a B2B company, LinkedIn is your playground. If you're selling cupcakes, TikTok might be your best bet. If you're selling coffins, maybe not Instagram stories. You get the point. Here's where it gets good. The algorithm is not your enemy. It's not some evil robot sitting in Silicon Valley trying to tank your post. The algorithm wants the same thing you want. People staying on the platform longer. If you post stuff that people watch, like, or share, the algorithm says, cool, let's give this more oxygen. Post boring stuff, it suffocates. And a pro tip, stop obsessing over follower counts. 100 engaged followers who actually care will beat 10,000 zombie followers who couldn't care less. A real customer is better than a vanity metric. Vanity metrics don't pay rent or payroll. Here's another secret. Consistency matters more than creativity. Showing up every week with decent content beats posting a masterpiece once a year and then disappearing. And if you're sitting there thinking, but I don't know what to post, here's your cheat sheet, right? Don't just promote. Show behind the scenes, customer stories, quick tips, even the mistakes. People love watching the curtain get pulled. Nobody cares about your perfectly polished brochure. They want to see what actually happens in your business. Look, social media is free exposure. It's the digital version of word of mouth on steroids, but you've got to treat it like a conversation, not a commercial. Because the businesses that win on social media are the ones that act like people, not billboards. Here's one thing I want you to do today. Pick one platform, just one, and post something that shows the human side of your business. Don't overthink it. Take a photo of your team, your messy back room, your dog in your office, whatever makes you real. Add a quick caption like, this is what it looks like to run a business when coffee runs out. Done. That one post will get more engagement probably than your last 10 flyers combined, right? Case in point, I know a local pizza shop that posted a 10-second video of the owner dropping a pizza on the floor. He laughed, picked it up, and said, well, that's mine now. That clip did more for his business than 6 months of polished ads. Why? Because it felt real. It felt human. And in a world full of fake, humans win every time. All right, time to talk about the thing every business owner has heard, but nobody really understands, SEO. Now, some of you just groaned. You hear SEO, and you picture a dude in his mom's basement surrounded by energy drink cans, speaking fluent tech jargon while charging you $5,000 a month. Relax, it's not where we're going here. SEO is just a fancy way of saying, how do I show up when people Google me? That's it. Here's the bold truth. Every day you ignore SEO, you're literally handing customers to your competitor for free. It's like standing outside your store, pointing at the guy across the street and shouting, go buy from him instead. Congratulations, you're their unpaid marketing intern. Think about SEO like choosing where to put a lemonade stand. You can set it up in your basement, nobody will find it. Or you can put it at the park where 500 thirsty people walk by every day. That's SEO. It's just putting your business where people are already looking. Now, here's where the content marketing joins the party. Content is the breadcrumbs you drop all over the internet that lead people back to you. Blog posts, YouTube videos, TikToks, FAQs, podcasts, you name it. Each piece says, hey, Google, I exist. I am actually useful. And you don't need to overcomplicate it. People aren't Googling the metaphysics of roof shingles. They're Googling, how much does a roof replacement cost? Here's the secret. You don't need to be Shakespeare. You just need to be helpful. Nobody cares if your blog has perfect grammar. They care if it solves their problem. Throw in some personality and humor, and you're already ahead of half the internet, which still reads like it was written from a fax machine. And here's the kicker. SEO and content are like the gym. One workout doesn't get you abs. It just gets you sore. But showing up consistently, even a few minutes a week, builds results that compound over time. So here's my challenge for you. In the next 24 hours, answer one customer question in a piece of content. Just one. Film a short video, write a Facebook post, record yourself talking into your phone, whatever. Post it, done. That's your first breadcrumb. Do 10 of those, and you've got yourself a content strategy without ever saying the word algorithm. So stop overthinking SEO. It's not about gaming Google. It's about answering your customers' questions better than anyone else. Do that, and your customers will find you, even while you're asleep. All right, let's talk about the most underrated, least sexy, but still undefeated heavyweight champ of digital marketing, email. Yeah, I know. You're thinking, email? Isn't that what my aunt forwards me the subject lines like, forward cute puppies? Nope. Done right, email marketing is still one of the most powerful ways to make sales, build relationships, and keep your business alive when social media decides to randomly delete your account. Here's the one thing nobody tells you. You don't own your followers. Instagram owns them. TikTok owns them. LinkedIn owns them. At any moment, they can change the rules, shadow ban you, or pull the plug. And poof, your audience is gone. But your email list, that's yours. Nobody can take that away. Not even Mark Zuckerberg. Here's why it matters, though. Email gives you direct access to people who actually want to hear from you. They're either past customers or somebody who signed up for your email list. And unlike social media where the algorithm decides who sees it and who doesn't, with email, you hit send and boom, you're in their inbox, right between the coupon from Target and the reminder from the dentist that they're overdue for a checkup. And a pro tip, don't overthink your first step. Just start collecting emails. Put a sign-up form on your website, top of the front page. Offer a simple freebie like a checklist, a discount code, or even a chance to win something. Doesn't need to be fancy. The goal is to start building your list, one address at a time. Email is one of the highest ROI channels in digital marketing. Studies show you can get $36 back for every $1 you spend. Try getting that from Facebook ads or the lottery. Now, I'm just scratching the surface here because email deserves its own spotlight, which is why, shameless plug, one of our next episodes is going to be a full deep dive into how to do email marketing. We'll cover what to send, how often, subject lines that actually get opened, not December newsletter, and the big mistakes to avoid. So if you want to turn your inbox into money machine, make sure you watch that next one and hit subscribe so you don't miss it. But for now, remember this. If social media is a handshake, email is the follow-up coffee meeting. And no relationship goes anywhere if you never follow up. All right, we've covered the basics. Google, social, SEO, email. Now let's have some fun. Because the truth is, digital marketing isn't about following checklists. It's about standing out. And standing out often comes from doing the things other business owners are too boring or too scared to try. So let me give you a few non-obvious moves that actually work. Okay, meme marketing. Yeah, I said it. Most small businesses think memes are just for teenagers with too much free time. Wrong. Memes are cultural currency. They're fast, funny, and ridiculously shareable. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just take a trending meme format and apply it to your business. A dentist posted a meme that said, "You don't have to floss all your teeth, only the ones you want to keep." It went viral. Did it make flossing sexy? No, but it made his practice unforgettable. That's the point. Move 2, answer complaints creatively. So here's a secret. Your competitors' bad reviews are your best content ideas. Go look at their 1-star reviews. If the customers are saying they never answer the phone, then guess what your next TikTok is? You sitting by the phone, answering it on the first ring, saying, "Hi, we're not like them," free content. And it proves your value without you saying we're the best. Move 3, tiny bribes that get big results. I once bribed my barber with free merch if he talked about my business to his clients. Guess what? It worked. You don't need billboards when you've got trusted people recommending you. Another time, I gave a coffee shop free branded mugs if they used them in their store. Guess who saw my logo every day? Every customer who walked in to get their coffee fix. Best billboard I ever made. And it cost me less than $50. Find the connectors in your community. Baristas, gym trainers, even your mom's book club, and give them something small to spread the word. Coffee gift cards, free samples. People love talking when they feel special. Move 4, the power of humor. Too many businesses try to look corporate and polished online. Big mistake. Polished is forgettable. Funny is shareable. If you can make your audience chuckle while teaching them something useful, you've won. Dry humor, self-deprecation, even poking fun at your own industry works. A tax accountant once ran an ad that said, "We make taxes less taxing," right? It's cheesy, it's dumb, and it doubled their leads. Why? Because people remembered it. Move 5, borrow someone else's audience. Influencer marketing doesn't always mean hiring a Kardashian. Sometimes it's as simple as finding a local micro-influencer, someone with 1,000 to 10,000 followers in your town or niche, and collaborate. Give them free product, feature them on your page, or co-host a giveaway. Their audience becomes your audience. It's like renting a stage without building the theater. Here's the bottom line. Boring businesses don't get noticed. You don't have to be outrageous, but you do have to be memorable. People buy from people they like, remember, and talk about. So don't be afraid to zig when everyone else zags. And here's your challenge. In the next 48 hours, do one weird marketing move. Post a meme, bribe your barber, reply to a bad review with humor. Whatever it is, do something different. I guarantee you'll get more attention than your last 5 serious posts combined. All right, we've covered a lot. If your brain feels full, good. That means you're paying attention. But I don't want you leaving here thinking, "Wow, that was smart, but now I'm overwhelmed." No, we're not doing overwhelmed. We're doing action. So here's your 4-week beginner roadmap. 1 month. Follow this, and you'll be ahead of 80% of your competitors who are still duct taping their marketing together with hope and hashtags, right? Week 1, plant your flag on Google. Your only job this week, set up or fix your Google business profile. Add photos, update your hours, write a description that doesn't sound like a copy pasted from 2004, and respond to reviews, even the bad ones, especially the bad ones, because nothing screams we care like answering Karen's 1-star review about the parking lot birds. Week 2, pick your social home base. Don't try to be everywhere. You're not Pepsi with a 12-person marketing team. You are probably running payroll in one tab, emailing a client in another, and wondering why Karen still hasn't paid her invoice. Pick one platform. LinkedIn if you're B2B, Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook if you're B2C. Post 3 times this week. Doesn't need to be art. Just show up. Week 3, answer the internet's questions. Write down the top 10 questions customers always ask you. Pick one and answer it publicly. Make a short video. Write a quick post. Scribble it on a napkin and scan it if you have to. That's content. That's SEO. Because if you don't answer those questions, Google will hand the business to the guy down the street who thinks Comic Sans is still professional font. Week 4, you're going to start collecting emails. Put a sign-up form on your website. You can use tally forms. That's what I use. Throw a clipboard at your counter. Offer something small in exchange. A discount code, a checklist, or a chance to win $20 coffee gift card. That's it. Start building that list one email at a time. And here's the kicker. At the end of 30 days, you'll have a visible Google presence, a consistent social footprint, content that actually answers customers' questions, and the beginning of an email list that you own. All right, let's land this plane. We've just gone through Digital Marketing 101. Not the boring textbook version, but the real world, small business owner who's juggling 10 things at once version. You now know how to plant your flag on Google, actually use social media without hating yourself, sprinkle SEO breadcrumbs across the internet, and start building an email list that you own. Here's the thing, knowing it isn't the problem, doing it is. Most business owners watch stuff like this, nod their heads, and then go back to posting Happy National Donut Day, and no one cares. Don't be that person. Be the one who takes action. Because if you start today, even the smallest steps, you're already pulling ahead of your competitors who are still throwing money at Facebook ads and praying. And if you want to keep going, if you actually want to turn this into sales, then don't stop here. Our next episode is a full dive into how to do email marketing. That's where we'll turn those emails into real customers, real money, just maybe enough revenue for you to finally take a vacation for yourself. Before you go, do 3 things. 1, hit subscribe, because I'm dropping more of these every week. Missing them would be like leaving free money on the table. 2, smash that like button, not because I like dopamine, but because the YouTube thinks that means I'm not wasting your time. And 3, drop a comment. Tell me which of the roadmap steps you're actually going to start this week. I want to hear it. And no, none of them doesn't count. Do those 3 things, and not only will you start building your business, you'll help this video reach other entrepreneurs who need it. Win-win. All right, that's it for today. Go set up your Google profile, post something real on social media, answer a question online, and grab those emails. And then meet me in the next video, and we'll turn that email into money.